All right,
Hey.
we're gonna do this podcast from outside of the office in North Phoenix. We're not gonna show the address. We just want to let you know that we're here because it's super important that we're starting our work here today.
We're outside a campaign office, a Democratic campaign office in Phoenix, as Charles just said. And the reason we're outside of it is because we just want to point out, if I can see a little bit in the background, that the shades are closed. It's dark, you can't see inside intentionally. In this location, we're not showing the address specifically because just a month ago, there was a guy arrested here in this area for shooting at different Democratic offices.
Yeah.
He was indicted 2 days ago. I want to tell you what he did.
Well, let's go over. Come on,
Okay,
go down.
let's go over here. We're good now.
All right.
This gentleman was indicted 2 days ago, and he was charged with 3 different attacks on Democratic campaign offices between September 16th and October 6th. He used a CO2 powered gun, then escalated to firearms on the second and third shootings. Over the course of the 3 shootings, he fired more than 20 times, causing damage to the building's windows, front doors, and the walk. They have charged him, the grand jury, with 1 count of terrorism, 3 counts of discharge of a firearm, 3 counts of unlawful discharge of a firearm, and 1 count of criminal damage. Currently being held on a $500,000 cash-only bond.
Yeah.
All right.
Part of the reason why they caught him is because they had video of him tearing down here as well, signs that were on the side of the road. And when they raided his home, they found, what was it, 120 guns?
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff in the home. Yeah.
120 guns and a grenade launcher. So the fear of a mass casualty event was definitely there. All that to say that this election is very real for the people of Phoenix and of Arizona, and for them to keep pushing is a big deal.
Yeah, which brings to one of the things we want to talk about. This is enough to just highlight this. And also, it was 2 days ago that Donald Trump in Glendale, 20 minutes from here, made his comments about Liz Cheney, all right, in which he said, you know, we ought to put her out in the front lines of our military and let them shoot some, have some rifles trained at her face, all right? And just this kind of like rhetorical violence, then combined with actual violence, is exactly how these things happen.
That's exactly right. He's almost solely, but also the culture he's created is the reason why people feel comfortable committing violence, burning ballot boxes.
They're like, I got the go-ahead. I got the green light by my leader.
Right,
okay?
Right. And that's also why people who are allied against him feel like they can direct violence at him. Like he's really unlocked a lot of things for this country. But it is not different from the history of the country. He's just revisited a place where we've been, right?
Yeah, he says it out loud in ways that we're not used to at this time in our country's history. What he says out loud is really like 100 years ago kind of out loud, or 50 years ago out loud. The racism, the violence, the white supremacy, the sexism, the I don't care what women say, I'm going to do it whether I like it or not kind of stuff, right? So just a little anecdote about Liz Cheney. So comments about Cheney, like she should face these folks shooting at her. So on Twitter today, there was a post from a Georgia campaign office in Forsyth County, where we've knocked doors, right? In Forsyth,
many times.
One of the more racist parts of Georgia.
Yeah.
Famously had like the whites only signs in Forsyth.
Yeah.
But it's slowly trending blue.
Yeah, largely because of the massive AA and HBI population that's moving in there.
So there's a post by a group called Republicans for Harris. And she said, we are an organization that was started, you know, like a month ago, Republicans for Harris, and the membership qualifications are that you had to have voted for Trump twice and weren't going to be voting for him this time.
Really?
Okay? So like you had to be like a real Trumper, okay? And she said we had 1,300 people who signed up in the last month. And since Liz Cheney's, the comments about Liz Cheney, they had 700 in the last 2 days, all right? So I think the Madison Square Garden comments, the Liz Cheney comments, Donald Trump's kind of just continue disintegration, his destruction, I think is really moving the electorate towards Harris.
Yeah, and that's the way that we're going to win this election. That's the reason why that these doors are so hard, and folks are kind of, they get a little burnt out over the course of a few days because these are tough doors. There's Trump signs everywhere. Before you even talk to anybody, when you walk into a neighborhood, you drive into a neighborhood, it feels like it's not our neighborhood because there's so many Trump signs. But behind those Trump signs, and between them are actually a lot of our voters, and we're seeing that. We've been seeing it for weeks and weeks.
All right, so let's back up. It's Saturday morning. We got 3 days left. We're in Phoenix. We're knocking doors here. Right now, Ben's holding the camera. Puya's is making sure we're all taking care of everything here. We just did a kickoff. You guys just led a kickoff.
We did.
With a couple hundred people. Right?
We did.
Biggest team we've ever had. And we've got teams in Wisconsin and Michigan and Pennsylvania today. Yep. So we got 500, I think you've told me, people out in the field this weekend, right?
Yeah.
So these kickoffs happened everywhere across these countries. I'm amazed. You guys are like running it like a car rental company or something. Like the levels of sophistication you got going in the field work. You're like, oh yeah, pick it up over here, and you're on this team over here, go to lot G over here, all right?
That's a really, I think that's a compliment. So really, you guys are like Hertz.
No.
Yeah.
We're a convention.
It's a convention.
Okay? It's a convention.
Ben thinks it's a convention. All right.
Yeah.
Well, here. How is it a convention? Come on, Zach. Come on.
Hi, come on, Puya.
How is it a convention?
All right. So you have a massive amount of people coming to one place all across the country, right?
Yeah.
So starting at different places, coming to one.
4 different locations
Yes.
right now this weekend.
Yeah,
That's
you have to think about where they're going to be at each point of day, because we all can't be in one place unless it's very specific.
That's right.
So different rooms at different times, and you're trying to. The game is to move people.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it is actually, that's a very good analogy. It is a convention. People are coming in from out of state. They don't know what's going on exactly all the time. They have a lot of uncertainty, and then they come in. They're like, clear instructions. Here's what you're about to do. Here's your to-do list. Here's your assignment. Here's everything you need, and get them out of the door.
Yeah.
And
going.
just to use Arizona as an example, how many people do you think showed up in the last 12 hours who have never done anything with Common Power?
Oh, I would say about 70?
70%?
70%.
Or anything more?
No.
I think this morning when they raised their hand, it was a good chunk. It was like 60%.
60%.
Yeah, give or take 60%.
Yeah, that's the same across the country.
Yeah.
I think on these trips right now, the majority of people who are traveling with us have never knocked on doors with us.
Yeah, the majority.
Yeah.
For sure.
And that is this is a formative experience for them, right? So some of them have knocked on doors before, but they haven't done it our way. And so what they're going to find is this communal way of doing things that is going to, like, this light bulb's going to turn on in their head, and they're going to be like, okay, I want to keep doing this.
I got a couple of people coming up to me as we were breaking out, and they were like, I'm in a car and we're all newbies. Is that okay? And I was like, you'll be fine. We trust you. And then they were like, okay, yeah, because we have the training, we have all of this, we have each other, we're just going to communicate and all that. And I said, yeah, just communicate and it's going to be great.
Yeah.
So we've gotten a lot more flexible over the last couple of weeks too.
I was stunned how many people last night told me they'd done the training. I'm like, really? You really did the training? They're like, yeah.
Well, that's the thing is, like, so the quality of the training is proving to be enough.
100%.
And more than like the specific things to know, it's the mindset stuff. So the way this whole organization has been successful is not because we're really good at telling people detailed instructions that they recall. It's because we get them situated on how to think if they don't know anything, or if they're uncomfortable, or if they're fearful, or if there's anxiety about the pressure of the election. And we put people around them that they can trust and lean on, even if all of them are starting off brand new. So that's the real breakthrough with Common Power is really about mindset. It really is.
Because a training they would get, like if they came to this office, if they come to this office right here that we are standing next to, they would get like a 5-minute tutorial on minivan and some talking points, and that's it. And this morning we had like 30-minute, 35-minute kickoff. And it was not focused on exactly minivan. It wasn't about how to talk to her, because that came before. This was to create the mindset of how do you go out in these neighborhoods, do it the CP way.
Our campaign person from the Dems this morning. She had spent time in Seattle. She went to UW for 4 years, right?
That was very cool.
That was really cool, right? Yeah.
There was a staffer from the Patty Murray's office here too, helping out.
Oh,
for a week.
Yeah.
And she was like, Ben, and you're like, I don't.
That's not true.
I'm joking. Here, wait, here we go.
Okay,
Come on,
here,
David.
go
Come on.
back.
No, we can all be over here. Here we go.
That's kind of weird.
No, it's working.
You were taking a long selfie. That's what it is.
That's what it is. So last night, somebody came up also, Charles, and like, they probably weren't even supposed to be with Common Power, right? And
she was like, I signed up for the shift from this time to this time. And we're like, we don't have a shift.
Yeah.
we don't do that. But we were like, you can stay.
Yeah.
Okay, David.
Okay, I'm gonna go back over there.
okay.
Why is this making you nervous?
No, because I'm too short. I feel like only my head got in the frame.
Oh,
Okay, I think it's
can
good
hold
though.
it lower.
It's okay. Then we'll cut David off midway.
Let's bring it in for a landing.
So this is some of our lit that we're gonna give out. And so right here you got, this is the door hanger, right?
That's
you got the little door hanger.
These are
here.
the perfect literatures. So easy. You don't have to figure out where to fit them.
I do love them.
So
Yes,
easy.
exactly.
Yeah, we got Kamala Harris on one side. Beautiful. Got some QR codes for folks if they need more information. And here's the back. You got Ruben Gallego running for Senate against Kari Lake. Super easy. Just one piece, both sides.
And they told us the Dem person this morning said, a lot of people don't know who Ruben Gallego is.
Yeah.
So you tell them he's the guy running against Kari Lake.
That's
like,
it.
Oh yeah, okay, I got it.
That's it. That's all you need to say.
These two juxtaposition, like that's it. Yeah.
That's right.
Okay, who else we got?
And Kari Lake embodies the Republican implosion in this state.
Right.
This is part of the reason
The
why this is
entire
coming.
party.
The party's just nuts.
Yeah.
They turned their back on John McCain, who's just about the
Best they can get.
exactly.
And they're fighting each other.
I know.
They're fighting each other and fighting about money and position and
I was telling you, in Tucson, the city that we're in, the congressional district and the 6th congressional,
Last trip.
the last trip that we were in, there was this Republican who was the incumbent, and there was another Republican who ran against him, and they wasted thousands of dollars, and then he got 60% of the vote. The incumbent got 60% of the vote. So there's a lot of infighting even between the incumbents.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is literature for the local guy who's running for the congressional district, the first congressional district, Dr. Amish Shah.
Yep.
And this is the better picture on this side.
Yeah.
That's right.
Move your hand, bro.
So this is the first congressional district, which was a 3,000 vote difference in 2022. You used some of my talking points.
That's right. That's right.
Okay. I'm like, damn it, Puya.
I know.
He's reading my mind.
So this is right on. Border security, inflation and economy, and then abortion access. That's it right there.
Yeah.
That is everything.
And that's Arizona. Look, it is a truth that it is about border security in these states, in New Mexico and Arizona and Texas. Dems have come to recognize that, right? You can do it in a reasonable way, but you cannot duck that issue.
Right. This is really we've evolved.
Yeah.
Also the colors as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Red, white, and pink.
Red,
The
blue, and
pink for reproductive rights, but the red and blue as well.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good stuff. Okay, last one.
So this one is for Prop 139, which is the enshrining abortion access into the state constitution. And then on the back side, it's in Spanish.
Which is essential.
Okay.
Actually, every single one of these should be in Spanish also. But that's advanced.
Absolutely.
So one of the our other partners that you're not seeing here is Lucha. So this is literature for the Democratic Party. And there's another half of us going to work with Lucha, Living United for Change in Arizona. And their literature is Spanish. So it's Kamala Harris, Gallego, and the down ballot stuff on one side, and then like information in Spanish and English on the back. And that's because they target Latinx communities around here.
Yeah, specifically, they're going to have us in different precincts, everything. They're very intentional about which specific communities they interact with.
And also, this worked out really well because we didn't think about it like this, but it was like tossing a dice. But for the Democratic Party, we're going to be in North Phoenix, so north of Phoenix Center and all of that. We haven't made it like past the 101 Ring Road yet, but we're still there in North Phoenix. But for Lucha, we're in the southern and western precincts, so we're not overlapping at all.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we did not necessarily plan that at all.
We can't.
We can't, and they decided based off of their strategy, different organizations, how to go about it, and for the Dems, this was the area they wanted to target. For Lucia, it was a different area, so it worked out for us.
Worked out really well.
Yeah.
So this last weekend before the election really feels to me like it's the end of a. I feel like it has the potential to be the end of a chapter. That from when Trump ran in 2016 to through the last 8 years, we have a chance to put a stake in the heart of Trump. Okay, and not
Trumpism.
Not Trumpism. No, but
watch it. Watch it.
Stake in the heart of Trumpism. That's what I'm.
That's what you said. Yeah.
That's what you meant.
There was a long pause between the Trump and the ism, but you got it.
Yeah, because he's not the ideas that he stands for. No one else can really do it the way he does it. Other people do it, and it comes off terrible. It comes off obnoxious.
J.D. Vance.
Yeah, like they just come off as reprehensible. Trump seems to get away with a lot of this stuff, right? But when we beat him, we end this chapter. But we don't end the book. We turn the page to the next chapter, right? And that's where CP is going to start on Wednesday. We start that next chapter, right? We don't end. We just move on to the next chapter.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Because these elections are going to happen every year. The Supreme Court in Wisconsin is up for grabs again in March. And we're all day. I came from Wisconsin last night. I was talking to Carrie George about the Supreme Court race.
You were in Wisconsin?
I was literally in Wisconsin yesterday morning to kick things off there with about 100 folks with Power to the Polls, amazing black-led organization in Milwaukee. And I was talking to Carrie about the Supreme Court race there. So you're absolutely right.
The one coming up in March. Yep.
That's right. And we have to win that one because it's a Dem retiring.
That's right.
To hold that seat because we worked so hard to win the court.
That's right. And we just got maps in Wisconsin, and we got to keep that.
I have to say that, like, I am super excited about 2025 and our elections. They're in Virginia, right? Because in Virginia, we can, if we hold the House and the Senate again, we get to have the constitutional amendment passed by the legislature that will re-enfranchise formerly incarcerated, right? And get it, it'll be permanent, right? So that's really awesome. We have a teacher on this trip in Arizona, a guy by the name of Jeff, who went to Alabama with us on the most recent educator trip. And when we were in Alabama, we were talking about Virginia and the importance of Virginia for next year. And he goes, and he's like, I've never canvassed, I've never done any of that, but I'll come to Virginia next year. Okay, great.
That's cool.
Goes back and he lives in California. He said he went out and knocked doors for the school bond in his neighborhood in the last couple of weeks because he felt compelled to. And he said, damn, if I'm going to do it for my neighborhood, I need to go somewhere too. So he's here with us this week.
That's right. Is his name Jeffrey?
Yeah.
I think I met him in the morning. Yeah, he got here really early and he was just ready to go.
Yeah. He's great. And we got a couple educators on this trip. We got
Kendra.
Yep.
We got several other folks in Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin.
So speaking of ready to go, I'm ready to go, y'all.
Let's go.
Let's go have some food and get out of here. Let's go.
All right.
All right. Further together.
1, 2, 3. Further together.
All right.